Fazal, Chairman of Taiping Peace Initiative, Honorable Mr. Malay Raja Neelamegam, Chairman Hindu Mahajan Sangam, Honorable Mr. Malik, EXCO member of Penang Government, Honorable Mr. Liu Chinthong, Member of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen and friends, I'm delighted to be with you this afternoon at this very important function. As you know, last year on 15 June 2007, United Nations General Assembly passed unanimous resolution declaring 2nd October as the International Day of Non-Violence and asking governments and individuals the world over to commemorate this occasion every year in a befitting manner. I appreciate that in Penang, Hindu Mahajan Sangam and Taiping Peace Initiative have jointly decided to organize this function to celebrate the UN International Day of Non-Violence. I'm particularly happy that statue of Mahatma Gandhi is also being unveiled this afternoon. We just heard the history of this place and how 60 years ago, the founding fathers of Gandhiji Ashram had a vision. The vision was to install a statue of Mahatma Gandhi at this venue. We are happy that today this vision is being fructified, it's materializing. I deeply appreciate the presence this afternoon of Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and other dignitaries. Friends, I'm sure everyone will agree with me that Mahatma Gandhi was a towering personality. He was possibly the greatest human being of 20th century, at least one of the greatest. Yet, it's very easy to put him on a pedestal, somewhat in the manner we are going to unveil the statue today, worship him as a saint every year on 2nd October at the time of his birthday, and quietly forget what he stood for, his remarkable life story, the message of his life, his ideals, his precepts. We may occasionally remember him, say, through Richard Attenborough's well-known film, Gandhi, or more recently, Lage Raho Munna Bhai, a very popular movie coming out of Bollywood. That will be our loss, because what Mahatma Gandhi did, his remarkable life story, the ideals he stood for remain deeply relevant today. Gandhi matters. The impact of Gandhi can indeed be seen all around us. Let me share with you some random thoughts I have in this regard. First of all, friends, we must remember that Gandhi was above all a man of action, not a reclusive saint. He once remarked, "Man say that I'm a saint losing himself in politics. The fact is that I'm a politician trying my hardest to become a saint." Life for him was an eternal quest for self-improvement. Yet, at the same time, he was an activist in many missions, political, social, moral. It's a quest which continued until his death. We saw the brief video on his life story. When I talk about the impact of Mahatma Gandhi being all around us, let me present before you as Exhibit A, the democratic, secular, pluralistic India that we have. I can say with all confidence that we wouldn't have kind of India we have today, but for the fact that Mahatma Gandhi led a certain kind of freedom struggle. The India of today was forged in the crucible of that freedom struggle. In the video, we saw about his sojourn in South Africa. He spent, in fact, 21 years in South Africa. In fact, we refer to him as perhaps the greatest Pravasi Bharatiya, overseas Indian. In fact, the day he came back to India on 9 January 1915 is today celebrated as Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, Overseas Indians Day. In South Africa, you're aware of the story of how he was thrown out of a railway compartment because he dared to travel in first class compartment. He was thrown out because of the color of his skin. He decided to stay on for 21 years to fight against iniquities of apartheid. The victories he obtained in South Africa were by no means total. At best, they were partial achievements because, as you know, we had to suffer apartheid for many more decades. Yet, in South Africa, he forced certain instruments, certain methods, which became very relevant when he came back to India in 1915. Specifically, I am referring to Satyagraha, the tool not of the weak, but the strongest, as he put it. It was, as Mahatma Gandhi said, a force born of truth and non-violence. When he came to India in 1915, we had our freedom struggle, but freedom struggle was largely middle class in character. It has not yet become a mass movement. The great contribution of Mahatma Gandhi was to lead a kind of mass movement which was unprecedented. There was participation of ordinary people cutting across class, religion, caste, economic status, which was truly amazing. Fortunately not deviated from this basic path of democratic, secular, and pluralistic India, which celebrates its diversity and open society. We acknowledge that there's a huge gap between what we are and what we aspire to be. Our achievements have fallen well short of the ideals that Mahatma bequeathed to us, yet that doesn't detract from the relevance and universality of those ideals that continue to inspire thinking people not only in India, but the world over, and will continue to do so for a long time to come. Itself the most powerful message he could give. His ideals, his precepts, his methods are a fount of wisdom, of living truth, which will continue to enrich us for a very long time to come. Thank you very much, and I am delighted to be with you this afternoon.
Next, we call Yambar Bahagya.